Strike two. Next offering is in the dirt. Strike three, and that's two in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Varsho settles underneath it, and that's the 3rd out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And taking the ball for the Yankees, Will Warren. What do we need to know here?
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Here's George Springer to start it off.
This afternoon, the designated hitter, number 4, George Springer.
The 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. Carrying well. Won't catch this one. It's down for a hit.
Everything came together for him. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays.
It's no surprise they call this batter a day player. He statistically performs better in these games, and he's hoping for a big performance in this one.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got it. And that's the 1st out.
Batting third, the first baseman.
1 out man at first. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The 3-1. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. And now it's Dalton Varsho. The 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back now in Toronto. 2nd inning set to go. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stays alive. And that one finds its way through. And a man aboard.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Here's a 1-2. Laser could be trouble. Stanton around second, heads for third. Coming home. He will score, and they take the lead.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Tags the runner, and it's a double play. Base is empty after the double play. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. 2 down, nobody on. This one in the air, center field. Varsho settles under it, and that is that. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. The 1-1. On the ground to third, McMahon. And quickly one away in the second. So digging in, Jesus Sanchez. The 1-1. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting seven, the third baseman.
So up next, Kazuma Okamoto. In for a strike. Going to count 1-2. Got him swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's Andres Jimenez. The 1-2. Left field, way back there. That's got a chance. Can't get there. 1 runs in. Here comes the runner. Now he stops, and he's able to get back into third.
Back-to-back base hits. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
And the batter is George Springer. Next pitch is outside. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Inning over, and it could have been worse. On to the third inning, and stepping in for New York, Jose Caballero. Here's a 1-1. And he hits a ground ball right side. Over to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. And up next for New York, Austin Wells.
Austin Wells.
Jimenez throws to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the Yankee order. Trent Grisham will hit next. 2 down, nobody on. This one ripped, but foul to the right.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, are you in a broad?
That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Addison Barger. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
That's a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. So now with one away and a man at second. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho. The 1-2. This one smoked on its way out of here. He leads the yard to right, and it gives him the lead in the third. It's 3-1. Digging in, Alejandro Kirk. Swings and misses, and it's 1-2. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
1-2 now. And that one hit to first. The throw to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Back now in Toronto as we go to the top of the fourth. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees. Hit on the ground to short. Jimenez gets it to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. The Yanks down by a pair. Top half of inning number 4. And there are 2 down. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And that's downstairs. 3-1. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Back here at Rogers Center, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Okamoto.
Strike 2. Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. So digging in, Ernie Clement. And a big swing and a miss.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. And talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. Now it's the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one lifted to left. Bellinger under this one. And that's the inning. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Ben Rice. Here's a 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and the count's full. Gets down, base hit. And they have their first base runner since the 2nd inning.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And a payoff pitch. In the air out to center. Varsho on the move. Makes the grab on the run. And there's one away. One out man at first. Now the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
He's got it. 2 down. So up next, Jose Caballero. Man on second, 2 down. In the dirt. Got him swinging for the strikeout. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, George Springer. In the air, left field. Bellinger should have this one. And there's one down. Now the number 2 hitter, Addison Barger. Ball to strike. That one fouled off. Towards first. Rice steps on the bag. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. 2 down, base is empty. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Swing and a pop-up. Rice gets under it. And that'll do it. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the Yankees catcher now. The new pitcher in the game, Louis Varland.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Got him. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. On a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw to second is offline.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good, and that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
That's a strike. Swing at a ground ball. Oh, great stop. Nicely done for the out. Big spot, and Cody Bellinger stepping to the dish. In there at the knees. Hit hard on the ground to short. Save!
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that,
Bellinger goes. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He'll take a jog around the bases. And the Yankees have the lead. It's 4-3. So 2 down. Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. That one way outside. 2 balls and a strike. Called strike right there. What a stop to first, and very nicely done for the out. Back now in Toronto. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho. The 1-1. Swing and a ball popped up. Wells gets there. He's under it. One away. So digging in, Alejandro Kirk. And a 1-1. Blue Jays down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. That's in there. And now 2-2. This to center field. That gets down for a hit. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning.
That's back-to-back singles for him. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
That smash towards center. Grisham should have this one. That's out number 2. And next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. 1-1 now. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing, even though it's right there and looks pretty good.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Back here at Rogers Center, top of inning number 7, Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. And that misses. And it's a full count. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Here's Ryan McMahon now. That's hard hit on the line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Round second, digging for 3rd.
Up next for the Yankees.
A lot of hitters tell themselves line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
This one in the air, center field. Brings it in. Runner tags from 3rd. See! And they add to their lead as the run scores from 3rd. So no one on after the sac fly. Austin Wells digs in now. 2 down, nobody on. That one almost got him.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Just off the outside edge. Ball 3. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Up next for the Yankees.
So back to the top of the order. Now here's Trent Grisham. On the ground right side, Clement. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Critical at bat coming up, and in steps Aaron Judge. Swings through that one.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
2 on, 2 outs. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
That one not close. 3 and 2 down. Got him looking for the strikeout. Bottom of the 7th, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. So they turn to their closer, David Bednar.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations. Well, these Jays really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. So far, they have 6 hits in the counts where the pitcher has had the advantage, so it hasn't been easy for them, but they're finding a way to get it done.